Superman, Son of Kal-El, issue 14. Tom Taylor writing, Cian Turmey on the art. So last month's issue was a bit of a, I don't want to say dud, but it was definitely a weaker issue. And I definitely enjoyed the plot of this one a lot more. I think it was, it's gearing up for this fight in Gamora. And outside of the very ending of the issue, which kind of taps into the one plot point that I've not liked in the book, in this arc as a whole, I generally enjoyed this a lot more than I did last month. It's kind of back to what I enjoy. I think not having half the issue be a dream sequence and having turned me back on art has helped a lot.
And just the dynamics between all the characters, between John and God, what's his name?
Jay.
Jay, there we go, Nakamura. Just their whole little thing, and then Lois and all of that. I really enjoy all of that stuff. So just this the entire front half of this, which is John being worried about Jay because he's got to get into the superhero-y now. He's just not commenting on stuff, is the truth. I really like that.
Yeah, he gets an outfit. John's got an outfit for him in the fortress because he needs to like sort of maintain his identity as when he's fighting. The issue starts with Lois kind of spilling the truth about what Bendix is up to, and Bendix responds by having like a force field dome go over the city, or over the country, I should say. And it's the issue's kind of like, okay, what do we do? So we end up with the revolutionaries and sort of coming up with a plan. There's a bit of tension because like some of them want to kill Bendix because he's directly behind giving some of them powers, which would be fine if it didn't involve experimentation and torture and imprisonment and all that other stuff that he was doing.
Yeah, like again, it's that meme from Falcon and Winter Soldier. Osita's out of line, but she's right. Like he should kill him, but Superman. Superman's not going to allow that. So I did like that. Yeah.
And obviously this ties into Taylor's Suicide Squad, which it was making me nostalgic for that. I was kind of wanting that back. I was like, I'm enjoying this book, but I like the Suicide Squad a bit more. So it's
for sure. But this shares some themes overall. I mean, just the way he's creating new characters, like Jay and this new, like, if the cover's to be believed, Gossamer is going to be the code name, or his superhero identity, which is really cool.
It never came up in the issue. That was funny actually, because in the cover, it says, and now Gossamer. And I'm only assuming we're pronouncing that right. I'm not entirely convinced.
I'm pretty sure because it's like a light, like I think Gossamer is like I've heard the phrase a Gossamer thread, So, but yeah, just I like these, like you bring up the Suicide Squad themes carrying over to here, and just them showing up and being in the sub, seeing Zebra Man again was pretty cool.
Sure,
in his force field. So,
and then of course the surprise of the issue is that Damien shows up and is like, "You're going to go into like a country and attack without me, are you?"
Yeah.
And John's happy to see him, and there's some interesting banter with him there,
how did he get in there?
And that's
it's a sub.
And what's interesting is Damien sort of like backing John up when it comes to the killing stuff is an interesting little touch.
Yeah.
Just because given his past and the idea that he is going to stand by John in this debate is quite nice. It shows their friendship again. The back half of the issue, of course, is that John drops Jay into the city. He obviously can go through the force field because he's power, but there's this interesting caveat where he can use the Legion flight ring that John gave him when he's corporeal, but when he's incorporeal, it won't work. So. Right. It's just an interesting not risk reward, but like an interesting mechanic that he can only do certain things when he's in one state or the other. So I thought that was cool. So he fights his way in. He gets to the control room, but there's like tons and tons of buttons, and he's like, "Oh, what do you press?" So he basically just makes a speech to the people in there, saying, "Hey, we're going to try and take the country back and get rid of the dictator. Anyone fancy helping?" Basically, and one of them presses the button and says, "Take him out," or something to that effect.
It's real nice.
So it's a nice moment. And we get this glorious big page as the revolutionaries and John come in to attack, and John picks up a summary in the background of a 2-page spread as the revolutionaries are kicking ass all over a ship. So fun action sequences. But then the end of the issue is that just as they're dealing with stuff in the lab, John comes rushing in, and the main weapon that Bendix has got ready to fight them is a very heavily modified and mutated version of Jay's mother, who's just got claws now, and her like bottom jaw is like a
monstrous.
Yeah, I was almost fishy. Like I'm getting like a. It looks like something Aquaman might fight. I guess is what I'm saying.
like an anglerfish, the ones that are down at the bottom of the ocean. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, like, I've not been a fan of the whole like his mother is connected and is in the country and was the former president. I've never really liked that part of the story. None of us really did. But I think this isn't really that part of that problem though. This is just kind of like it's making me think of it. But for the most part, it's like okay, big cliffhanger, big fight to have next issue. That's cool. Yeah, no, I thought this was back on form. I was enjoying the progression. I was enjoying the characters bouncing off of each other, and I was enjoying kind of things escalating as Bendix is getting cocky and being like, "This doesn't even matter that the truth's out. Like, people are still going to want our weapons. They're still going to be buyers. We're still going to make lots of money, kind of thing." So I enjoyed all that side of things.
Yeah, I still like the idea that Bendix is a 2-bit Luthor. This one needs Luthor's help. Right.
Yeah, there's a moment where like they say, "Why can't you just go on yourself? You're Superman." And he says, "Nah, Bendix will have thought of that. And if he hasn't, then Lex Luthor definitely has." And I was like, "Okay, that's an interesting little way of phrasing that. I like that."
Yeah, I like that aspect. And Tormey's art's pretty good. It's been consistent.
I'm not in love with it. Like it's kind of dependable art. Yeah. It's definitely better than what we had last month. Last month was a bit of a sketchy fill-in. Not necessarily literally, but I mean, it's depending on the art. A sketchy fill-in could be literal if they're too sketchy.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so yeah. No, I mean, I enjoyed the issue.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Are we giving it?
I'm gonna give this an 8.
Yeah, I think I'll go with a 7.5. I won't quite say it's great, but I did enjoy it. I'm liking again, the chemistry with the characters is the big thing.